Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Carl Sagan. Welcome to Grimly. Have you created yourself some resolutions in the new year?
No. A resolution? No.
Perhaps just a goal for the new year?
Yeah, that is. I have a thing I will not talk about on this podcast.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I definitely put you on the spot for that question. So
I was like, you could probably imagine what that is.
true. Yeah.
That's my resolution.
Anyways, welcome to Grimly.
I'm gonna ask you about that later.
Okay. We are two unserious people to talk about seriously creepy shit. I am Missy.
And I'm Meg.
And here we are in 2026.
And what's your resolution, bitch?
I don't really make a quote unquote resolution. I just try to be less of a piece of shit. Less of a garbage person,
done.
perhaps.
Done.
Like drink a little more water.
Okay.
Eat a little bit better.
These don't feel like really clearly defined.
No. I made a resolution to stop making resolutions a couple years ago and stuck with that.
Why did you choose this question then?
I don't know. I was just trying to kick this bitch off, right?
I hate that. I hated this start. I'm sorry.
We can restart.
No. I have notes. You know what?
What?
It was a great way to start. It's been a long night.
It's been a long night.
Yeah.
It's our first recording of the year. And here we are. We are doing it.
I haven't read the news today. I really haven't been on my phone or seen much of anything. So I actually don't know what's happening. And the horrors.
The horrors are good.
No, there were most certainly have been some new ones today, and I haven't seen any. So.
It's all bad. Moral of the story, unfortunately.
Were you scrolling?
I doom scroll daily. That should be my resolution, so doom scroll less, but I'm just not going to do that.
Oh, that's a really hard one to accomplish. I feel like you'd have to block the app for
like just delete it.
Yeah,
I do have a Focus Friend app that I use frequently when I'm working.
What is your usage?
My Focus Friend?
No, your phone usage.
Oh, it's not good.
I know. You can beep it. Do it. Boop.
I don't know where my phone's over there.
What do you think it is?
Probably 7 hours.
Oh, that's not as bad as mine.
When you fucking work at a desk
true.
You're just bebopping around, you're just like,
But I also am somebody that I put the podcast on when I'm like, if I'm washing my dishes, I watch my TV exclusively on my phone. So I am doing things differently.
An insane thing to do.
I know
for you.
That's weird, and it's great for me because I'm like, oh, let me put a show on while I wash my dishes, or then I can grab my phone and just take it to my say the treadmill, or now it's like hanging out in the shower.
Yeah.
So I'm just like it's almost like I'm never alone with myself because my phone is
because your phone's always fucking there,
and that's how I get to 10.5 hours a day.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not scrolling for 10 hours a day.
No, I'm not scrolling for 10 hours a day. I have found myself scrolling a little bit more at the gym, like on the treadmill or the Stairmaster.
Instead of listening.
Because generally, I'll listen to music, but there's the Stairmaster. I think I've talked about this specifically in this podcast.
Okay.
The Stairmasters are in front of 3 different TVs, and one of them is just loop drone footage of stuff, which is fine.
Wait, it's the same channel or it's different?
It's the same channel, but they just show a loop of drone footage from various scenes, scenery, landscapes, nice. And one of the other one's
that's
my Hallmark channel.
The Hallmark channel,
right?
Okay.
And then the third one is Fox News.
No, there's no sports.
There's other TVs, but I'm talking about the one specifically in front of the Stairmaster.
This is what the ladies are watching.
This is what's on.
Oh.
And I try so hard to not focus on Fox News because it just makes me angry. Because of,
even if you can't hear it, you're just reading the
headline, the vengeful, venomous rhetoric that they're promoting. It's so false, and it's a false narrative, and it
it's
just
really
pisses
bad
me
vibes
off.
over there.
And it makes me fucking spiral. And so I usually TikTok because I'm trying to focus so hard on not watching this. I really, like, we need to not have news on at gyms.
The news is not something I want to.
No, we don't need that at the gym. We want, like, HGTV. We want...
Food Network.
Yeah. Some Bob's
Travel
Burgers.
Channel.
Travel Channel. We want...
Bob's Burgers.
I
love.
Family Guy.
Well, when I'm if I'm like exercising, I'm watching something, that I would like to watch anyway.
Yeah. Like
Bravo. Why not?
We need some like
Rerun.
low stakes TV shit.
Yeah, TJIF.
Yeah. I don't think that's on anymore.
I know.
Sorry. When you say TGIF, I just...
The
World. Traitors. The Traitors.
Yeah, The Traitors is good.
Yeah. Garbage TV that isn't really gonna...
Honestly, Maury?
You are not the father. Yes. Abso-fucking-lutely. I would 100% love to watch Maury, Ricky Lake, Jenny Jones.
From the treadmill?
Jerry Springer.
And because no one can hear it, we're not embarrassed, but like we're reading the subtitles.
Yeah. Everyone's freaking out. Like, yeah. No. That is what we need at the gym. We don't need the news at the gym.
I agree.
Or sports. Sports is also a great option.
There's plenty of places you can do that.
Yeah.
But sports also seems fine.
Yeah. Sports seems fine, but just like at the gym. I think I need to go in during the day because I talked to somebody that worked at the front desk. I maybe have talked about this before, but I was like, hey, can we turn off Fox News on the TVs? He's like, you have to ask me to change the channel. Is what he said. I'm like, I'm asking you to change the channel. He's like, okay, I will, but I'm just saying back in this time. I was like,
there's someone here that wants to watch this.
Yeah, that's what he's implying. So I need to like...
Just scroll on your phone and ignore it.
Yeah, I'm just trying
It's
to.
fine. Don't TikTok away. Do you feel like the time goes faster? Because when you are scrolling, that's the whole point of TikTok, is it like sucks you in. Do you feel like the time goes faster than if you're just like watching anything else? Or you're like, no, I'm still miserable? Because I hate an exercise.
No, I hate cardio.
Yes.
I will do weights.
Who doesn't?
I will do weights all day.
Okay.
But cardio is like my...
You can't really watch anything and do weights though.
No. You're doing a set of whatever, then you're done, right?
Yeah.
Cardio, it feels like it's going forever. And like you're...
Yes, it's miserable.
Yeah,
That's why I need to watch a thing.
Yeah. I don't know if it really helps. I just think it's just helping me get through it. For lack of a better word. Yeah.
Do you have a SIGU from that?
I do. Do I have a SIGU? Oh, I do have a little bit of a SIGU. That pissed me off today. Shocking. In 2026, I'd be pissed off.
I'm sure it was justified.
I was at the grocery store parking lot today.
Okay.
Picking up the espresso martinis that you hated.
I didn't hate it.
You were not a fan.
I just didn't want to drink
It's fine. You know, I didn't make them. Like I said, I did not make them.
You didn't make them.
No. I brought some.
I don't like coffee though.
Yeah, that's fair. So I'm like, I didn't really want just wine because
Same.
we have a fuck ton of wine. I'm like, let's just shake it up a little bit. So I brought some Cutwater espresso martinis.
Cutwater. It was probably the problem.
Their vodka specifically.
I don't know. I just think Cutwater and espresso martini, those two don't seem to match for me. I did not know until you said that. That's who made it.
But yeah, that's who definitely made it. Anyways, but I went to the grocery store for that. But then in the parking lot of the grocery store, I saw some people. They parked in the pickup section of the grocery store.
Okay.
Opened their door, threw their trash out of the car.
Into the sidewalk or into the
parking lot? Yeah.
Oh.
And then also I saw the woman take the grocery cart that she was using and just put it in the parking lot somewhere. Didn't take it back to a cart return.
What kind of vehicle was it?
It was like a Jeep Wrangler. Like it wasn't
like
like
a bag of trash.
They just had like trash in their car and they just threw it on the ground.
What kind of trash?
Fast food wrappers.
Ew,
and like a
they just
Nesquik.
littered?
Yeah, they just actively, fully fucking littered in public in daylight.
That is so shameful.
It's white trash.
Deeply
white trash. And also not parking their grocery cart back to a area that like you should put your grocery cart back.
These were white people, were they not?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. Just
boomers. 100%.
Was the woman skinny?
She was.
I knew she would be.
She was. And her husband just sat in the passenger seat to let her do it.
Was she blonde?
She had like white hair.
Okay.
So she probably once upon a time was blonde.
I just feel like
yeah. No, you're painting a picture that is accurate in your mind. And it made me think about
gross.
It made me think about just let the aliens take us over.
Like, it's like you are like everyone knows, don't throw your trash around. That is so fucking gross.
It's fucking gross. It's fucking white trash. Also, the shopping cart thing, like not returning your. There's like the whole study about
you're willfully doing it.
Yeah, you're willfully just being a trash.
Dick. Yes, you're being a dick.
Yeah, and there's that whole like shopping cart study of like, because it's the one thing that like if you don't do it, there's no repercussions, but if you do it,
you're like
you're being a better person, right?
You're
and
thinking
it's
about
like,
other people.
It's the true test of like judgment of like a human being if you return your grocery cart to a specific spot or back into the store.
If you are throwing your garbage out of your car into a parking lot, you are definitely not taking your
absolutely
the car
back. No. It was all evidence of wow, you are trash people.
Okay, well,
and then I was like, let's just let the aliens do it.
Oh, that's the sick you.
That's the sick you.
What are we talking about today?
So I'm gonna be talking about. We're gonna start with the person named Travis.
Okay. I think I know this story.
You probably will. So Travis was often described as a fun guy. He loved practical jokes and also being the butt of a practical joke. I do love a practical joke that is low stakes and no one gets hurt.
Okay, yeah. I think it's important that a practical joke equals no one should get hurt.
Have you seen the
it's assault.
There's videos of like hairdressers bringing out like really obnoxiously large combs or scissors or very small combs or scissors or like teeny tiny little hair dryers and just like watching the reaction of the person they're like working on their chair. That is the perfect practical joke because everyone's like, what are you doing? Or like when people have like the tiny hands.
Those are funny.
Yeah, that's like a perfect practical joke.
I've actually also seen barbers just kiss them on the forehead. It's just so adorable.
It's very adorable. Yeah. It's a very sweet, it's a very cute practical joke. That is a prime practical joke. Okay. So Travis was also described as energetic, easygoing, and the type of person who was, quote, down for anything.
Okay. Cool guy.
So,
fun guy.
Yeah. While being a fun guy, Travis also had jackass level impulsiveness that would make Johnny Knoxville do a double take.
Oh,
if you don't know who Johnny Knoxville is, just look her up. So one story shared frequently as an example of this impulsiveness is when Travis was driving in his hometown of Snowflake, Arizona.
Oh, I do not know where Snowflake is.
It's northern Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And there was a bear on the road.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They were like driving along in a road in Snowflake, Arizona.
That sounds beautiful.
I know. And then Travis decides to jump out of the car and chase after the said bear before anyone could stop him.
That is insane.
That is insane.
Was it a black bear?
Yes.
Thank God.
Yeah. If it was a grizzly bear, he'd probably be dead.
Are brown bears grizzly bears?
Yes.
Okay.
I've also told you that.
Probably.
Yeah. So this impulsiveness would lead to one of the most popular and debated UFO abduction stories in the last 50 years. One night in the Apache Sitgrave National Forest, Travis Walton would make a rash decision. A decision that would alter the course of his and the other forest workers with him that night that would lead to a 5-day missing person search, multiple polygraph tests, and a public scrutiny from skeptics and ufologists alike. This is the Travis Walton abduction story.
Yeah, they have made movies about this.
They have made movies about this. It's called Fire in the Sky.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I've never seen it. Have you seen it?
Dave likes it. I fell asleep.
The pause.
But we should watch it. We should consider watching it.
Mm-hmm. I think we should too. I've heard nothing oh my God. Okay, so the thing about this story is I am over it. I am so done with it.
Oh, okay.
Because there is so many different, how do I put this? The skeptics are really hard on this story and the believers are really hard in the other spectrum of the story. It's really hard to find like a neutral stance on the story.
Okay.
A neutral opinion. And so I've listened just like to so many different points of media and podcasts and videos and documentaries and read so many articles to try to find like just the most neutral stance on this story. And it's been very difficult. Even the Wikipedia page calls the story a hoax.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
And I'm like, what? Wikipedia? Ma'am. What are you doing? I forgot to show you. This is a picture of Travis.
Yeah. How old is he in that photo?
22.
Wait, give me it again. 22?
Uh-huh. I know.
That man is
A
32. 34.
It's a
22.
It's a mustache for
Man.
the ages.
So what year was this?
1975. That's when we were talking
Our
about.
mamas really had... there was a lot of men around.
Yeah, there were men around.
Men were doing things.
We're here for
Okay,
it.
22. No wonder they were getting married at 22.
I know, right?
That's a grown man.
That's a grown-ass man. Okay. So we're going to the date of the abduction, November 5th, 1975.
Okay.
So a 22-year-old Travis was part of a small forestry crew working on a federal contract to thin out dead trees and brush from an area known as Turkey Springs in the Sitgraves Apache National Forest, which is northeastern
Where
Arizona.
they do have a pine, like a bunch of pine
Ponderosa
trees.
pines,
Yeah.
specifically. Yeah.
Okay. It's pretty.
Yeah. So this logging crew, which it consisted of Travis and then crew lead Mike Rogers, which is like one of Travis's best friends. And then there's also a man named Alan Dallas, a man named John Goulette, a Dwayne Smith, Kenneth Peterson, and Steve Pierce. And this crew was working insane hours trying to thin out this area of forest before a November deadline, but they were behind on the timeline to get this done.
Okay.
So they were working fucking
A lot of hours.
yeah, a
Okay,
lot,
well, they're
like
probably
max
paid overtime,
octane.
so that's
Yeah,
good.
they're working overtime, and this is a picture of all the men on the crew.
Oh, they do look young.
Yeah, so most of
Oh my
them
God, this
are early
reminds me of
20s.
the people that I work with,
I
honestly.
know. Steve is like 16.
Who's the one with the... Oh, wait, hold on. Steve.
He's in like the bottom middle.
Oh, Steve is
He evidently
cute.
lied about his age to get on the crew. He like said he was, I think, 18, but he was actually 16.
Yeah, the oldest one here
It's
looks
like 25.
Okay, I was like, I would say 26 or 27, but yeah. John... They're all
Very young.
just, yeah, they're just... And you know what? It's not a tattoo in sight. Not a lot of facial hair either.
So they are from
So
a area
interesting.
called Snowflake, Arizona, which is like one of the closer towns of this area. This specific Turkey Springs is closer to Heber, Arizona, but Snowflake, Arizona is a Mormon town.
Got it.
So there's a lot of people in this
Okay, 'cause they look very
story
clean.
that have a very like Mormon descent.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The tracks.
Yeah. So around 6 p.m. on November 5th, 1975, the crew loaded up into Mike's pickup truck to head home for the day after a long day of working. So while driving back on the isolated logging road from the site they were working on, the guys claimed to see an unusual yellowish golden light coming through the trees. Initially, the guys think it's just the moon or maybe a fire that like some hunters or somewhere like campers had made. But when they look closer, they realize it's not a moon. So once getting a little closer to the light itself, Mike slams on the brakes of the truck because what they claim to see is something obviously otherworldly. It's an object with a diameter of 15 to 20 feet, and it was 8 to 10 feet thick, and it was a flattened disc shape. So Travis goes on to say that it's almost like two pie pans stacked lip to lip with a small bowl on top. It's the classic
Flying saucer.
flying saucer. Yes.
But not as big as sometimes you hear people say.
No.
Okay.
15, 20 feet. It's like the size of this room.
That is still
It's
bigger
still big.
than anything you've seen flying or floating in the air. That's so, okay.
The pie shape, too, is odd. It's not plain. It's
Round.
like a weird round thing. So Travis...
And where were the lights though? Like the whole thing was...
There's like panels is what they described it as. Yeah. So actually, I think that's my next bullet. Yeah. Okay. So Travis then goes on to say that the craft had a silver paneled sections along with illuminated panels on the craft.
Got it. That's why they looked round. And, okay.
And that the craft itself was giving off some heat as well. So just classic flying saucer. So all the men are sitting in the truck, stunned in silence and looking at the craft because they're like, what the fuck is this? We're like literally going home for the day. And now there's a UFO in front of us, right? And Travis claims that he had an overwhelming feeling to go out and get closer to look at this thing. And so Travis opens the passenger door to the truck, jumps out and starts walking closer to the craft itself. So once getting a closer look, Travis goes on to say that the craft didn't have these seams, hatches, or windows, or any obvious signs of how this thing was constructed or assembled. Very smooth. It's all seems like one big piece. So Travis pauses for a moment and ducks behind a nearby log. Travis then claims that he hears a strange noise that this craft is projecting. He says it almost sounds like this thing is powering up.
Okay.
It's like metallic, is like from what they've done.
Like a buzz, like a humming.
Yeah, like a humming that's
like
getting like louder and louder.
Sort of,
yeah.
maybe feel it more than you hear.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, Mike describes his hand was kind of like pushed up against the dash and like the windshield of the truck he was in. And he said like he could feel the reverberation and the heat from it more than he could hear it itself.
Yeah.
So Travis, he like ducks behind a log initially, but then he tries to like run back to the truck, but then he gets hit with a bluish green light. Like the craft like changes a color and it changes to the bluish green light and like it's like a beam and he gets hit with it.
Yes.
So the next moment is witnessed by the guys at the truck, where the large, extremely bright bluish beam of light is shown on Travis, and he is thrown back about 10 to 15 feet, hitting the ground and seemingly losing consciousness. And they said like he bounced after he hit the ground, like flopped, like he's not there, unfortunately. So Travis is on the ground on his back and not moving. And then Alan Dallas, one of the guys in the car, starts yelling at Mike to get the hell out of there.
Yes.
I don't know what else he would do besides just fucking leave, right? It's sad. Like, I would feel bad.
Well, you're like, is he even alive?
Right. We're like, let's get the fuck out of here. What are we supposed to do?
It's just, if what you're explaining is happening, it is unnatural to the point that like, we're so out of our element here that
Right.
the only thing we can do is leave.
Yeah. Right. What else are we supposed to do?
He's already fucked.
Yeah, he's fucked. I don't want to be fucked.
Yes.
So what you're saying is you would leave me behind.
I'm just saying like if
It's
your
fine.
instinct is to leave.
You should leave.
No, I'm just saying it
Listen to your gut.
understandably was their instinct to leave.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I'm like, I'm empathizing.
Right. Yeah. I definitely don't blame them.
They must have been terrified.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. So Mike says he just sits there for a few seconds, a little shocked and unsure of what to do, but then the rest of the crew are just yelling at him to get the hell out of there.
They're terrified.
And he does. Right? They're like, we gotta fucking go. And Mike basically does
Sorry, what kind of vehicle are they driving where they can all be in it?
like a pickup truck with 2 bench seats.
Okay.
So it's like a tight squeeze.
They're all in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all up in each other's sweaty bodies.
Yeah. Someone might have been in the back of the truck too.
No,
Like,
there's
they
2
all
rows
fit.
of
Okay,
seats.
okay.
Yeah. So technically it's supposed to fit 6 people.
in a pickup. Now, I didn't know they
It's
came
a
that
pickup
big.
with 2 like bench.
I thought only vans and
No.
Suburbans were that type.
No.
That type of system.
No, this is a pickup that has 2 bench seats
Okay,
in it.
well.
Yeah.
Go off, Queen. I don't know. I'm suspicious. It's the first red flag for me.
This is the first red flag about the truck.
Yes.
Yeah. So Mike's like, let's get the hell out of here eventually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, because Broseph ran out of the car.
Yeah. Travis
Got it.
gets out of the
Yeah,
car.
okay.
He goes,
You're
he
right.
sees the saucer. He's like,
So they're
floating.
like, he got himself here.
Yeah.
We're leaving.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? They're not even in. They're fine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna shame them at all for this.
No.
He.
No, I'm
left on
definitely
his
not going
own.
to shame them. Like he was
have
like,
to do this.
I'm going to go look closer at it. Because he was like a little bit of an impulsive decision maker. Like I said, with the bear thing earlier. And yeah, he fucking FAFO'd.
Or so they are out of there.
Yeah, yeah. However, about a quarter mile down the road, Mike is thinking that they just can't leave Travis. They're like, and
that's
like
nice.
also Travis is like one of his good friends. Travis
Okay.
is also like his sister's boyfriend.
He's like, shoot, we gotta.
Yeah, and Travis actually does eventually marry Mike's sister.
Yeah, Travis
And they're
survives.
still married. Yeah, yeah. So he wants to turn the truck around and go back. So he like parks the truck. He's like, I'm going to turn around and go back.
He's driving. He's allowed. You
Yeah.
guys can get out and
Yeah. And so this causes the rest of the crew to argue. So he like parks the truck. They get out. They start arguing about this. And they're arguing with Mike about what the hell they should do.
If you don't want to go back, just stay.
Yeah, but I also stay in the middle of the dark fucking woods. They're like out there.
They're on the road though.
Yeah, they're on a logging road. That's not like a
Run.
Yeah.
And I'll catch you when we find him.
yeah, right.
I don't know.
So after some back and forth about what to do, Mike is like, "Fuck it, we are going back."
Or they could say, "We'll take the truck. You walk back and get him."
I don't know. I don't know what to do at this point. So Mike said Mike can't say how long they were actually gone, but he guesses about 15 minutes.
Okay.
From when they watched Travis like bounce.
Okay, so they don't know what's happened to Travis in this time.
However,
this is how hoaxes are born.
However, while arguing about whether or not they should go back to find Travis, the guys say that they saw the craft launch out towards the sky.
Yeeted.
It yeeted itself out of there. But they're like, what does that mean, right? So when they get back to the site where everything went down, Travis and the craft are both gone. Travis isn't there.
Because where did he go? Like, oh my God.
So Mike and the rest of the crew look around, but they only have one flashlight between all 6 of them at this point, and they don't find or see anything else in the area.
And they're like, we could have overlooked him. Maybe he rolled or dragged
Right.
himself
They walked around the area. They're
my
like, what the fuck do we do here? We don't know.
You can only come back tomorrow.
Yeah. Travis isn't dead in the ground. And now the crew decides to alert the local sheriff.
Okay.
So at 7:45 p.m. that night, Kenneth Pearson drew the short straw of having to call the police and tell them that Travis was missing and possibly abducted by something.
I know, because what do you say?
Because they're like, what do we say? They're like, we have to tell the truth. That's like their conclusion.
For the record, I believed them.
Me too.
This is one I do believe.
Yeah. So only about 10 minutes after their first call, a sheriff's officer named Chuck Ellison and Sheriff Deputy Marlon Gillespie and Deputy Sheriff Kenneth Copeland show up to where the crew is, and they try to explain what happened. It is initially just Chuck Ellison, and he's saying he's just sitting there like listening to their story about this basically abduction story that they're telling, and he's like leaning in to see if he can smell booze or like drugs on them, because he doesn't believe them, but he's trying to stay very neutral to like get them to talk. And then that's when he eventually calls in Marlon Gillespie and Kenneth Copeland.
Okay.
He's like, hey,
I need someone else to listen.
I need someone else to be here with these guys, right? So the guys were initially reluctant to explain that Travis was probably abducted by UFO. But once they finally broke down and told the officers what they saw, it was very obvious that the officers didn't believe them. However, the officers will say that all of these men seemed very shaken about whatever happened that night. And there's even like a lot of reports to say that Steve was crying, the youngest.
Okay.
Like very visibly shaken.
Okay.
All of them were visibly shaken, but like the 16-year-old was fucking bawling.
Wow, okay.
And she was pissed. That became a point of the story.
So they were obviously affected.
Yes, very obviously affected. If they were acting and they were doing a very good job.
And since we know that Travis survives this, then they would either be actually deeply affected or faking.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. So Mike Rogers and a few of the other forestry crew members went back to the site where everything happened with the officers that came to the site as well, or like kind of like the fork in the road. And they searched for a sign of Travis until around 1 a.m. But Travis is just gone, for lack of a better word.
And he is...
Yeah. So on November 7th, 1975, a group consisting of 50 people began searching the Turkey Springs area looking for Travis. So despite the group effort and a helicopter searching the area, there's no signs of Travis or any sort of altercation that was located in the area, which causes Sheriff Gillespie to become more suspicious of the rest of the crew. So the police at this point, they're like, they did something to Travis. Like,
Yes.
Something fucked up happened here. And
that would explain why everyone's emotional and upset, and they're lying about what happened, but like they're trying to cover up this man's disappearance.
Yeah, exactly. So Sheriff Gillespie also notifies Travis' mother, who was said to be weirdly stoic about hearing this news.
Okay.
She didn't seem surprised or shocked by this, but in fact believed that he would eventually be returned.
Oh, okay.
Evidently, the Walton family were big UFO believers.
God, they always are.
They always are. It's like weird manifestation.
Is it that, or is it like, okay, in in contact lore, do we have a minute for a sidebar?
Yeah, we have always a minute for a sidebar.
In contact lore, there is a theme of if you are somebody who interacts with interdimensional beings, which is what I believe the aliens must be, and that you have any kind of contact, that it is likely that it is a family lineage type of thing, that it is likely that someone else in your family, or like they'd been watching your family, or they'd been watching you since you were born, or things like that.
Yeah.
So that's not totally shocking to me,
Okay.
that the family would be into it. But it also does seem, obviously you're more likely to believe
If all of your family also
if you're
believes.
raised to believe it. But like similarly, if your grandfather saw one and it was like real family lore, and then this happens to you, that is a part of it. And maybe it is a part of it because this is one of the biggest.
Yeah. So evidently Travis's father was a big UFO believer. Yeah, fan. And he does abandon the family when they're all a young age.
Oh.
So it sounds like a weird trying to be connected with their father scenario. Like all the kids in this family. But
Well, how young?
I didn't get like an exact like timeline, but it seems like under 10.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd already be attached and like knowing that your father was like into this thing.
And then your father like basically
so you could
abandons
romanticize
you.
it.
You can romanticize it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Possible.
so his mom is like not basically shocked or surprised or even like concerned. She's like, he's going to come back eventually, which is weird, right?
It is weird.
Yeah.
But maybe his mom is maybe his mom's the reason the family believes, because she's a full ass
Psychic.
witchy woman.
Right? Because she's an alien.
She might be an alien. She might just be like connected to things.
The woo-woo-ness of the world. Yeah. And then Travis's brother, Dwayne, begins talking to different UFO organizations about Travis's abduction at this point.
Oh. Okay.
So they're fully,
already.
into it.
God, isn't it so funny to think that this was like only...
This was like 50 years ago.
I know. It was a while ago. But like at the time, it wasn't that far after the Roswell. Like it was... I don't know, an adult lifetime after the Roswell incident. So it's new, and also it's like a newish phenomenon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So while the search was happening for Travis, news of Travis's weird disappearance began hitting news outlets of the story.
As it should.
And the Travis Walton disappearance and abduction hits news outlets all over the world. Like the fact that this like
went viral
in 1975 pre-internet.
Yeah.
Like it went everywhere. China.
Well, that's why it's the biggest.
Yeah.
All of the
UK,
this is the
Australia
classic abduction story.
This is it.
Saucer that beamed me up. Like, oh my God.
And then the little town of Snowflake, Arizona was hit with swarms of news media and different UFO groups.
I bet.
They were like just
This was like the
inundated.
70s version of Roswell.
Yeah, and like I think Snowflake, Arizona at this time had 3,000 people living
I
in
bet it was
within
very small.
Very small. And then I think it probably doubled in size overnight because of this story with all the news outlets.
Oh, how jarring.
So during the search, Sheriff Gillespie had all 6 of the crew members go to a county courthouse / jail and are given a polygraph test by a polygraph examiner named Cy Gilson. And Cy Gilson's like top of his class.
Okay.
Polygraph examiner.
Cy, I like that.
I know. Cy's a good name. He evidently was chosen from Arizona to go to New York to learn how to do polygraph tests.
But he's an Arizona guy?
He's an Arizona guy.
Oh, okay, cool.
So he went to New York, learned how to do polygraph tests, comes back, works for the department, whatever. I can't remember the name of it right now. It's like basically their version of the bureau, the state bureau, as a polygraph examiner. So I will say this. Polygraph tests are a big part of this story. However, as we have talked about in previous stories, polygraph tests are not as 100% truthful or false as we would like to think, because we talked about the
it's like
Ada Smith and like the Melanie Uribe story where she like basically failed that polygraph test after having that psychic vision of where Melanie was, and they like basically accused her of murder and put her in jail for it, right?
That was bad. Really bad.
It was bad. And like on the other side of the coin, you could be someone who's fucking calm, cool, collected and pass a polygraph test even though you're lying. So
They're not infallible.
It's pseudoscience, I think, to say the most. I think the best version of polygraph tests are the current Vanity Fair like videos where they have like celebrities take a polygraph test and someone's like asking them stupid questions and like you determine if they're lying or not. And like it's fun, it's stupid, but like it shouldn't be taken in a court of law, and it isn't anymore.
Right. It's not totally black and white.
Yeah. But like it is a big part of this story, I guess, is my caveat.
Oh.
Yeah. So Cy Gilson, he gives all 6 of the men, the crew members, a polygraph exam right after Travis goes missing. Because Sheriff Gillespie at this point, he's suspicious. Okay. He's specifically suspicious about Alan Dallas.
Okay.
Because Alan had evidently had some sort of violent crimes on his record.
Okay.
And was a bit of a drifter.
Oh, okay.
He was like the most shifty one out of all of them. And so he was the most suspicious of Alan, but he wanted to test all of them and basically see if they were lying. So Cy asks all of the men the same questions, and 5 of the 6 men passed the test. Okay. And these are the questions that he asks. So he asked them if the men had harmed or caused serious physical injury to Travis on November 5th. They all say no. Mm. He also asked if they knew that another crew member had harmed Travis. They say no. And then he asked if the crew knew where the location of Travis' body was located. And they also say no. Important. And if they had seen Travis abducted by a UFO on November 5th. And they all say yes.
Oh, okay. Very simple.
Yeah. So 5 out of 6 of them pass. And I guess evidently Cy Gilson, he asks every man this question for 2 hours per person, just over and over. And they pass. So it's interesting to say the least. I'm not trying to add validity to it or not. It's just, I think it's an interesting point to the story. I think the polygraph test is here or there.
Sure.
For lack of a better word. So Alan Dallas, his test comes up inconclusive.
Okay.
Like I said, like he does have a bit of a record and had a deep distrust of cops and sheriffs and law enforcement in general.
Yeah.
And so he was actively really not cooperating with Cy Gilson and like just in general not really cooperating with like the test in general.
Okay.
Which kind of leads to the inconclusive result.
Sure. Okay.
So stick with that like, what you will.
Yeah. Fuck you. I won't do what you tell me.
Right. So we have the accounts of what the crew saw when Travis was abducted. So let's now get into what Travis claims happened to him after being hit with that beam of light. Yes. Yeah. After getting hit with that beam of light, Travis says that everything went dark for some time. How long that was unknown to him. Mm-hmm. He then says he woke up confused and a lot of pain. And that Travis had actually thought that initially he had woken up in a hospital because his vision was blurry, and when he woke up there was like humanoid shapes around him and he thought there was like medical staff attending to him.
So it must have been bright lights. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So once his vision clears, Travis realizes that the figures around him are not human at all, but creatures that he described as, quote, they were a little under 5 feet tall.
Little?
Yes. Their thin bones were covered with white, marshmallowy looking flesh. When they extended their hands towards me, I noticed they had no nails on their fingers. Their hands were small, delicate, and without hair on the backs of them. Their thin, round fingers looked smooth and unwrinkled. He also says that like they had brown eyes, which is weird for what we've heard about with like grays. Just
black.
Yeah, it's usually black, but like he said they had brown eyes. And he said like also their eyelids, like when they would like close and when they would reopen his eyes, they would roll back up like shutters or like blinds almost.
Okay. Interesting.
Fucking creepy as shit. So Travis then says that he panics and starts ripping off various sensors and wires on him and jumps down from what he can only describe as a examination table.
Okay.
So the creatures were trying to restrain him from doing this, but eventually Travis backs into a corner of the room with these creatures looking at him.
I wish I knew what they sounded like.
They don't really seem to be say or do anything.
They're silent? Mm-hmm. No. Oh my God. Well, this does explain some of the like telepathy type of lore. Oh my, they're nonverbal.
Maybe nonverbal. Yeah.
Okay. All right, go on.
So Travis then claims that he grabs something off of a tray near him and begins swinging it violently to try to get these things to back off of him.
It's like a scene out of a movie, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then they all put their hands up as though they're trying to like not be threatening towards him. It's kind of like that universal language, right? They're like,
just calm down.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then Travis claims that they left the room he was in, leaving him alone in the room and scared.
Okay.
They're like, okay, bro, we're not gonna give you a minute.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So after a few minutes, Travis then attempts to escape out of the room to try to find an exit, where he then finds a room that looks like a planetarium, which is showing a bunch of different constellations on a star map. He basically like walks into a big like dome of a room that's like a fucking massive interactive star map.
Sorry. And the size of the craft itself was not big enough to house.
No, we will get into that.
Okay, because I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah. So
like, time and space doesn't exist inside it.
No, we'll get into that. So
okay,
Travis,
but it sounds beautiful.
Yeah,
the planetarium.
Travis, yeah, I know.
I pay money.
Yeah, plug me into that VR. So Travis then claims that he touched the various buttons and levers in the room, and like he would see the star map
move,
like change.
That's fucking badass.
That's so fucking cool.
Very.
I would love to go see that exhibit.
I hope it did have that. I expect that my flying saucers do have that.
Right.
It's a map, obviously.
Absolutely. Yeah. So next, Travis says a figure enters the room that was wearing a suit and a helmet that looked like similar to what an astronaut would wear.
Oh.
Like the classic bubble head. And they looked human with dirty blonde hair, but they had like eyes that were like a little bit bigger than what you would expect for a human to have.
Weird.
So evidently there's a whole subset of aliens called Nordics.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And like,
sorry, you didn't know.
You're like, yeah, no, I did not. You're the alien person. I
didn't know I was though, like that. I was like, yeah, duh.
You're trying to get into MUFON. I did not. So
they didn't want me.
I did not. I'm so sorry. I really am
That's
sorry
rude.
for you. Oh yeah, you can try again. Maybe use this podcast as a.
Maybe.
And be like, hey, bitch, I'm here. I got a podcast. Let me in. Yeah, so Nordics are a type of subset of alien.
Yes,
evidently.
sorry.
And so people are theorize that like maybe that's what he's dealing with in this moment.
Okay.
So they like look like humans, but they're not humans.
Yes.
Yeah.
White. They're white.
Okay.
They're whites.
Right.
They're white people. That's like part of the Hitler Nazi like alien lore, is they were trying to find the Nordic.
I have not hit that part of the history.
You didn't
books.
know that?
No.
No, it's not in the history books. It's
No,
the
I'm
conspiracy
joking
lore.
about that. Because the Nazis are fucking stupid. They came up with this.
They were doing all kinds. I think there were certain. I think that was a part of the. We've convinced ourselves that we are so special.
Yes.
We come from this Nordic alien race.
Right.
And
interesting.
There are ties. It's gross.
Honestly, just.
And then the neo-Nazis are doing the same.
Yeah,
so it's all the same.
I'm sure they fucking are because they're fucking stupid. Okay. After Travis sees this humanoid-looking figure with dirty blonde hair, Travis begins like firing off questions. He's like, "What the fuck is going on? You know,
You're
like,
clearly here to communicate with me.
what is happening, right?" And the figure just doesn't really respond to him. It just like kind of smiles at him.
I don't think it talks.
No, and then he like escorts Travis out of the room.
Let's bring one in that looks like
You're
him.
like, oh, come on, pumpkin. So the figure then takes Travis through what seemed to be a hangar of a much larger ship, which is down the corridor.
Oh, because he's gone somewhere.
Yeah, so like...
They took him somewhere.
Yeah,
Oh,
so the
he
ship
could be
is
anywhere.
on like a fucking aircraft hangar
Oh my
of a
God.
larger ship, and that's like where this person's walking him through at this
could
point.
be so big that whatever they picked him up on just soared right into it.
Mm-hmm. That's what they're saying.
Oh my God.
Also, that's what she said. But it was right there. You like teed it up.
I love it.
Anyways,
it's always welcome here.
yeah, but he was saying like it looked like a hangar of like an aircraft hangar.
Okay.
Of multiple spaceships. And that's why I was like, oh fuck, what the fuck am I?
It is so unbelievably cool. I'm sorry.
I'm a little jealous because he gets to come back.
He does.
Yeah. Yeah. This creature takes Travis through this hangar, and down a corridor to a similar room to what he woke up in, with similar looking creatures to what this creature looks like.
Oh, okay.
Nordics, like humanoid looking creatures. And they all look human. So he's like, what the fuck is going on? They're not wearing helmets, but no one's responding to him.
I know, not speaking is so disturbing.
I know, right? And so they have him lay back down an examination table, and they put what Travis describes as like an oxygen mask over his mouth and nose, but didn't have a hose to anything.
Weird.
It was just a mask. And he loses consciousness.
Weird.
Again.
Okay.
And the next time he wakes up, he's on the side of a road in the middle of the night and looking up and seeing the craft moving away from him in the horizon, and it eventually disappears.
Oh my God, he missed the whole thing.
He missed the whole ass thing.
Yeah, I think this ends up being good that he misses it.
Yeah. And we will get into the rest of the story after a quick break.
After this word.
We're gonna get sued.
I'll never not. It's out of respect. Okay.
Are you fascinated by the strange and mysterious in our world? Do you find yourself drawn to odd and unusual events or peculiar historical moments that aren't talked about in the history books?
Do you feel as though you have a connection to forces or specters unseen, or that you're not entirely alone in the woods when you go for a hike? Do you think there could be something more out there?
Well, strangers, do we have the podcast for you? I'm Christiana.
And I'm Bree.
Welcome to Something Strange, a podcast covering strange stories ranging from the supernatural, the paranormal, weird history, folklore, and more.
From cryptids to real-life historical figures, from hauntings to peculiar happenings, there's a story here for you. Tune on in the first and third Fridays of each month for our main episodes. But if you can't get enough, check out our mini episodes on the fourth Fridays of each month.
We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Audible, and YouTube. And for even more strange content, check us out on our socials: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
For now, strangers, it's time for us to part ways.
Remember to tune on in.
We'll be right here with
Something Strange.
Your throat fucking frog.
So weird. Yes. It's like the little devil.
I know, you're gonna have to name her.
Like... So funny, dude.
It's so
It's
stupid.
like Winnie or something.
Yeah, Winnie is a good name for your fucking throat frog. Oh, that went back up my nostrils. I wasn't ready.
Oh, God.
Oh, get it together, bitch.
So lame. You're so stupid. Oh, at least we did eat dinner. I'm proud of us. I'm like,
Anyways,
we are okay.
we are back.
We are.
All right, I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay, so when we left off, Travis was basically left on the
They
side.
dropped him off.
They like dropped off
hot
on a
potato.
road.
Bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch.
Yes.
Absolutely. Honestly, good for them.
They're like, we got what we needed from you.
Yeah. So Travis begins
Literally.
this is in the middle of the night. Travis begins running along a road where he was left and hoping to eventually find somewhere that he recognized. And he eventually does.
Did he feel disoriented?
Yes.
Okay.
He finds a gas station that has a payphone near Heber, Arizona. I think it's called Heber. I don't know why I put an extra R in there. It's Heber, Arizona. Sorry.
I also don't know where the fuck Heber is, but I wasn't from this part of Arizona.
Yeah, and this is like northern Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah. So Travis makes a collect phone call. Do you remember collect phone calls?
Yes.
1-800
We'd be in trouble.
COLLECT.
In trouble for calling him. In trouble for accepting them.
Did you ever do the collect phone call where you'd be like, Mom, come pick me up. That was like your like
Just
instead of being like message from blah 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 or like call from blah blah blah. Do you accept the charges? You just like leave the message of like come pick me up.
no, because I would never be at a place. My parents would never let me go to a place where I'd have to call.
Yeah,
payphone.
okay. If
I'm
you
like-
didn't play sports, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, before I had a cell phone, it would be like, "What is your name?" It'd be like, "Mom, come pick me up from blah blah blah."
Instead of
Instead of being like,
Melissa.
"Yeah, like,
Yep.
does that my full
Like a
fucking
prison-
Christian name on here?"
Oh, beep it.
I will. You said my full Christian name on this goddamn podcast, and I have never done that.
Oh my
for
God.
you.
Hold on. I'm sorry. First of all, never mind. I think I know it. I was like,
What's my middle name?
yes. Is it Lynn?
It is Lynn.
I was like, wait, I do know it, but for a second I was like, wait, I
shit.
don't know it.
My friend Lindsay, I forget her middle name often. It's a weird one. That's why. So I understand.
I love all the edits that will come from this episode.
And this beeps all of a sudden.
So funny.
Anyway, so he makes a collect call instead of being like, "Come pick me up." He actually is like, "This is Travis," and so his brother-in-law, he makes a collect call to his sister and brother-in-law,
And to a landline at that
To a
time.
landline,
And
yeah.
they would have to, oh God, if they weren't home, my
yeah,
goodness.
middle of the night.
But it's a collect call, so he doesn't have to pay for it. So
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to accept the charges.
You can do, and you can keep calling.
Yeah, you
But how
keep
many
going.
phone numbers do you know? I don't even know.
Oh, I know.
Back then, you would have known some.
You would have. Yeah,
Probably. More than we do now.
I
Now
know
we
my
don't.
parents like old. I mean, it's still their landline.
I know a few phone numbers by heart still.
Yeah, same. Which is weird because it's always the really, really old ones that are probably no longer in service.
Yes. Or ones you don't want to know.
The same way that you also know Bad Touch by the Bloodhound Gang by heart. Sweat, baby, sex is a Texas drought.
You know what? I cannot rap that song.
I can't either. I just know the fucking words.
I would have picked a different one. That wouldn't have been my first.
Oh, that's my first. I don't know why I know the words to that song. I'm not saying it's
This might
good.
be unique to you because I'm like, that would not have been my very first one.
What would be your first song?
I don't know. I Want It That Way or something.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Different vibe.
Different vibe, same era though.
I guess so.
Like
Are you
fucking
sure?
2004,
It feels like
2005.
two different lifetimes. I can't. Yeah, probably 2004.
Yeah. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Yeah, I know Backstreet Boys. Okay.
I think that.
I'm
yeah,
just
that's what more
saying.
natural to me.
Whatever. Fucking judge me. I'm like,
I'm just like, I don't know that song. You're giving me too much credit.
you've never heard
I've
Bad
heard
Touch?
it. No, I've
Okay,
heard it.
Okay.
But
okay.
I don't know it like that.
Oh, I do.
Sorry,
If you
thanks.
get me drunk enough at a karaoke
I
bar,
love that.
I will probably commit to it.
You know what? And as you should.
I'm not afraid to make a fool of myself.
That's what karaoke is for. It's
Yeah,
literally
exactly.
only for people just like that and the rest of us who are like, God bless you.
Good job. Yeah. Anyways, okay. So Travis makes a collect phone call to his brother-in-law, Grant Neff, and his sister, Linda, who initially think that this is a prank phone call because
They didn't know he was missing?
no, they did know he was missing, but they're like,
This can't
whoever's-
be him?
No, whoever's calling me.
Sad.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
like, fuck you, bro.
Okay.
But like, eventually, Travis does convince them that
He calls.
they're like, no.
Oh, they answered.
they did.
And they
did
didn't
answer.
believe him?
Yeah, they answered. They're like, no, fuck you. They thought like,
But it
because
doesn't sound like
at
him?
this point, so at this point, Travis's family, Sheriff Gillespie, Chuck Ellison, all of the
They
people.
think he's dead?
No, they're all getting hundreds of fucking phone calls.
Oh.
I think Sheriff Gillespie said that like there was a point where he was like talking on two different phones, trying to like talk to people because he felt like he had to like continue to like talk
Answer
to people,
every call.
answer every call because he was the fucking sheriff in town. And it kind of seemed like it was the same thing for everyone in Travis's family because everyone's like every tip helps, and
Okay,
so they were picking up every
interesting.
fucking phone call.
And he's like, it's me?
Yes,
It didn't sound like him to this person?
Well, I think it took them a minute. I think maybe
Okay.
there's like a little bit of disbelief there
Yeah, maybe.
because it's also middle of the night. This is like midnight on
Yeah.
November like 10th.
How
and
many? It's like 5
5 days.
days? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they're like, "Fuck you," but like, eventually he does convince them. It's like, "No, this is Travis. I need you to come pick me up."
Okay.
Yeah. So before Travis had been picked up from the gas station, he thought this whole ordeal had been a few hours. He still thinks it's November 5th when he was abducted.
Okay. Jesus.
It's not until he is picked up at the gas station by Grant, his brother-in-law, Linda, his sister, and his brother Dwayne, who had come also along to pick them up, is when he found out he's been missing for 5 days.
Oh my God.
And it says initially, like Travis is like incoherent, crying, disoriented, just out of it, and the phone booth kind of slumped over, and like they're talking to him, and Dwayne says that like he like walks up to Travis and he kind of flinches, and he's like, no, he's like, it's okay, it's just me, and like they get him into the trunk.
He's like shell shocked.
He's like shell shocked for sure, yeah, for lack of a better word, and he's just like talking. He's like, I know what happened. He's like, we were like working, blah blah blah, and then like it kind of gets to the point where Dwayne's like, what day do you think it is? And Travis is like, it's November 5th.
Like he doesn't really tell him he's been gone.
No, he's like, it's November 5th. And then Dwayne's like, no. And Travis evidently touches his face and he feels like a beard.
Oh yeah, he's got some stuff.
He's got like a 5-day like beard. And Dwayne's like, you've been gone for 5 days. And he's like kind of more shell shocked at that point.
Definitely.
He's like, oh, fuck, right?
He's like, I just thought I had a long, weird dream or like a weird day.
Right?
Like that was weird. But
Yeah.
like, what else happened?
Like, what the fuck is going on? So, okay. So this is where this story gets a little compartmentalized, a little crazy, because for so many sources I've read or like looked at or listened to or watched, there has been like a very staunch skeptical or believer. There's not like a neutral. Even like the people who are more neutral, like including like Wikipedia, have been like,
Skeptical?
Wikipedia was like, this is a hoax.
Okay.
But there's been like a lot of sources I usually like use for these types of stories that are very neutral. They were like way more skeptical about this story. And so like this is kind of where it branches off. And I am trying to give it the most neutral stance I can.
But it's going to sound hoaxy is what you're saying.
It's going to sound a little hoaxy. It's also going to sound, I think for me, from what I've read and what I've put in this set of notes, is the most factual account. But I will say that like you might get a different account from other sources you use to read up about this story. So just a little caveat there. So Dwayne calls a William Spalding of the GSW, which is the Ground Saucer Watch.
Cool. Ground saucer?
Ground Saucer Watch.
Okay.
Yeah. So instead of calling the authorities, Dwayne calls them. And he tells them that Travis is alive and he has been found. So William Spalding and Dwayne talk back and forth before Travis came back. And Spalding told Dwayne that, this is Travis's brother, that the GSW had a doctor within their ranks and they would give Travis a free medical exam.
Okay.
And that's how bad American healthcare has gotten. You have to get abducted by aliens to get free healthcare.
Well, it was a private group that offered it.
I'm just kidding. So because of this, Dwayne takes Travis down to Phoenix on the night that he comes back.
God.
In the middle of the
Exhausting.
night, right? And like from
That's a
Phoenix.
couple hours, yeah.
Yeah. So from Phoenix to fucking Snowflake is like a 3-hour drive.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is now on November 11th, where he meets up with Spalding and a Dr. Lester Stewart. However, when Stewart is asked for his credentials by Dwayne and Travis, it turns out that Lester Stewart wasn't a doctor, but a hypnotherapist.
What? They lied?
Yes, so evidently...
So they went to this man's house, probably?
I don't know what the fuck.
Because I was
Maybe
like,
a hotel.
I was
think
wondering before, like, where did they meet this doctor?
I think it might have been a hotel room.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so evidently Lester had been a medic in the army at some point, and that was his, like, medical credentials. So he could, like...
That is very different than a doctor
Uh-huh.
and very different than a psychologist or psychiatrist or a
Anything.
doctor of, like...
anything helpful.
It's not good.
Like, Lester can, like, do, like, a tourniquet and, like, help you.
But he's here to hypnotize him?
No, he was supposed to do a medical exam.
But you said he was a doctor.
But like that's what they like when they like question him further. They're like, "Hey, what the fuck are we doing here?"
You're gonna
and Lester was
hypnotize.
like, "I'm a hypnotherapist," and they're like,
Hypnotherapist.
"They're like, oh, okay." Cool.
I'm not saying that I don't want him to speak to a hypnotherapist. I'm just saying like
he
why
does eventually.
are we doing it under the guise of it being a doctor?
Yeah, and like so, like they got duped by the GSW, and like the thing about the all of the alien organizations at this time, APRO, MUFON, NICAP, GSW. I know all those words.
I know, it's amazing.
I fucking live in this fucking realm now. It seems like because the government were like, at this point, aliens don't exist. We're shelving this. We're not talking about this. This is not a thing we're dealing with. All of these organizations grew from the lack of the government involvement. And they're like, okay, so you're not going to do it. We are going to do it.
We're going to do it ourselves.
We're going to do it ourselves. And so all of these like little organizations popped up and all these people like joined the organizations, and some of them had money and some of them didn't. The GSW seemed to be one of the smaller ones that didn't have a lot of money. And so they were just like trying to get the hook for the story of this really compelling abduction case that they, you know, and so they talked to Dwayne while Travis was missing. And they established a relationship. They're
that
also like, hey, we have a doctor. Like once, if like Travis comes back, let's like get an exam going so we can make sure he's okay. And they
it's just like even crazy that they would have thought he would just come back.
I know. So it seemed like Dwayne and Travis's mom, I didn't put out her name, kind of always thought that she was going to come back.
Yeah.
In some shape or form. And like they always like kind of expected. There was even a point where during the search that Travis's mom tells Sheriff Gillespie, you should just call off the search because he's not here. Because she's like so deeply ingrained that like, I think he's going to come back eventually, but I don't think he's on this world.
Jesus. Okay.
And like evidently Sheriff Gillespie is like, okay, we'll just like won't continue searching for him.
Weird.
He calls off the search for a day. And then Dwayne's like, no, continue searching for him. And there's another brother, Don is the other brother. Don like doesn't believe any of this shit. He thinks that the forestry crew had done something to Travis. Yeah. And there's a point where like I guess during the search was happening, they
well, if he hadn't shown up, then that would be
like during the search, like they had all these slash piles of debris of like, because evidently the Forest Service would come back and like burn all these slash piles that the logging forestry crew had left behind. And Don was so like deep in his belief that the crew had done something to Travis that they like put him in one of these slash piles. He was like digging through the slash piles
looking for
Travis. And so like there's a bit of like a rift between the family, but like his mom was like kind of a little bit cuckoo.
Sounds like
about this shit too. Yeah. So
well, cuckoo unless this was real.
Yeah.
In which case she's like just connected.
Like maybe she's just connected. Maybe
weird.
Like the cuckoo is just like a fucking woo woo.
Well, it's all fucking woo woo.
Like go from
the
cuckoo.
Whole thing is insane.
Cuckoo to woo woo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where was I?
They were taking advantage of.
Okay, yeah. So like the doctor wasn't a doctor. He was a hypnotherapist, but had been like a medic in the army. He can do a tourniquet to save your life, but he's not a doctor. Okay. So Dwayne and Travis were like, fuck this, after finding this out about this doctor. And they start to head back up to Snowflake, Arizona. But the GSW does test Travis's urine, and it doesn't have any traces of drugs or alcohol in the urine itself. I will say with a big asterisk that the urine they were given for this test, they did not see Travis like pee into a cup. It was like they just were given a jar of urine. They're like, here's a jar of urine.
That night? Or did they ask him to pee into it?
They said they wanted a voided specimen.
I don't know what that means.
They want something from Travis.
They want him to do something.
Yes, they want like urine. They want semen. They want, I don't know.
But so they gave him a cup and said, please fill it? But no one watched him?
No, they gave him a jar.
A jar?
Yeah, no. Dwayne and Travis gave him a jar of pee.
They volunteered it?
Yes.
They didn't ask for this?
No, they asked for it initially. They said they wanted
and they said, okay, we'll piss in this jar.
No, the GSW was... Sorry. The piss of the jar is a lot. So the GSW was like, hey, like we have a doctor, but we'd also really like the first voided specimen from
Okay. I'm gonna
Travis.
remember that.
I'm gonna fucking remember that for the rest of my life.
I'm gonna make it sexy.
They shit. They were like, hey, like we want your specimen.
Yeah.
Well, for lack of a better word.
Voided.
Voided. Bitch.
Okay, so he was like, this is the one you can have.
Yeah, so Dwayne gave them a jar.
Okay. He was like, well, we're not giving you the cum, so.
Yeah. You want to jerk off, you have to pay more for that.
Yeah. Okay, god damn it.
And then poor Travis is like dehydrated, disoriented. Because this is like still the night of him coming back.
It's still been a long
the morning.
day. He thinks it's the same day, and yet it's the whole week.
It's like 5 days later.
He's got no idea.
He's like, what the fuck is happening?
So,
yeah.
all right, got it. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, so he pees in a jar, and they give him the jar. And the jar with the pee.
It seems like they actually asked for jism, and he was like, they were like, we're going to pretend you didn't, because I'm going to act like I don't know what that means, and we're just going to give you this pee.
Here's some urine. Yeah.
Which is fine.
You also told me you're giving me a doctor, and you gave me a hypnotherapist.
So here's
you want a semen, you get fucking piss.
We should move on.
We should. Anyways,
but it is important because
it didn't have any traces of drugs or alcohol, is my point. Is my point. Okay, so Travis is back.
We just can't talk about alien lore and abductions without talking about cum. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It is
part of it.
Why they do it, apparently.
It is one and the same. They are.
He was like, no, you're going to have to.
I was going to make something really, I was going to make a really fucking dirty joke.
Wow. It's apparently not only me, but you hold back?
Like, I put the line out. I'm like, no, reel it in.
I don't. So please,
it's
join
okay.
me in the gutter over
here,
here,
you're here for the fucking deep dive into the debauchery. So I appreciate you. Okay, so Travis is back home on November 11th, which is the day after he goes back.
Finally,
he comes back. Yeah.
Give me a minute. I need to take a nap.
So, and by that evening, Dwayne and Travis get a call from the Aerial Phenomenon Research Organization, aka APRO.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And APRO is backed by a pretty well-known, I will say, quote, news organization.
Sure, fair.
The National Enquirer.
They've had their finger on the pulse of it.
They have, yeah. So
the National Enquirer is like, we actually been knowing about aliens and reporting on aliens since people have been writing about it.
I always think about Men in Black when they use that as their like index of figuring out what case is real or not. Like that's
like, if they read about it.
Yeah. So at the time, the National Enquirer was putting out crazy news stories like we know them for, but they were also funding a lot of UFO alien research for UFO organizations like APRO themselves.
I wonder why. Someone must have been into it, or it was just like a really juicy way to sell newspapers. I think
someone must have been into it, but unfortunately now APRO has endorsed Trump.
Well, I'm somehow not surprised by that at all.
No, it's unfortunate. Like, but they're like buddies. Like the head of the National Enquirer is now like a Trumper, which is a goddamn shame because you should be the opposite. Like fucking 2020, deep state.
Honestly, like they probably wrote about the Epstein files, like like many years ago.
Probably,
like many.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have called it that at the time, but
some sort of corporate elite list or something. Yeah. So at this point, they're funding like UFO investigations because this is kind of like the peak of this shit. I think, for lack of a better word. So after the doctor incident with the GSW, Dwayne cuts ties with the GSW. And then he and Travis begin working exclusively with APRO.
Okay.
So with the funding backed by the National Enquirer from APRO. So they're given like I think a $5,000 check.
Okay.
To work with them exclusively at this point.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So for a lot of people, they're like,
and are they, I wonder if they're doing this just to like make money or if they're like also curious about what happened to him.
I think they're curious about what happened. I think they also just really want the scoop.
I guess my question is like more for Dwayne and Travis. Like, why would you work with them?
I think
they want to know more.
I think Dwayne is really fixated on like knowing more. I also think he kind of maybe capitalized on the entire experience, and because like Dwayne and Travis were very big into UFOs, and there was like this kind of
Oh, they were kind of excited about it.
they were kind of excited about it, but there was also this kind of like agreement that they used to have is like if one of them got abducted, they would ask the UFOs to go get the other brother.
Weird.
But like you gotta go pick him up too.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So they were into it.
Yeah,
They were here for it. They were into it.
It's always this.
It really is.
is.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. With this like now partnership between Apro and Dwayne and Travis, the GSW has their feathers ruffled because Dwayne's like, fuck you guys. You lied to me and like we're out of here.
Yeah.
You know? So Apro then brings in a hypnotherapist, and that's when they get the story of what went on inside the ship from Travis. So that wasn't an initial thing. The experience I talked about earlier, that was something that came out from hypnotherapy.
Okay.
From Travis. And the thing I think about with hypnotherapy is like, I don't know if you can lie when you're under hypnosis. Can you?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. So like that.
I really don't know.
I really don't know. I feel like you can't.
I don't. I've
My initial
never
reaction is like, no.
I'm not sure that everyone can be hypnotized.
We have talked about this. I don't think either of us can be.
Yeah, I don't know what to say here. I really just don't know.
Yeah, but like, so the entire story of like, it's a very small amount of time from like what Travis experienced on the ship, if he did experience it, and that came from under hypnosis. He didn't have.
So he only remembers maybe like
20 minutes. And it seems like maybe what happened is he was maybe under anesthesia on the ship, and the anesthesia like wore off for that moment. Mm-hmm. He was able to like kind of bounce around, was brought back and put back under, right?
Yeah, sort of in and out a little bit.
Yeah. And so the story that we have from Travis was told after he was under hypnosis. So just, I guess, an asterisk on the entire story itself.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know if you can lie under hypnosis.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I would think you can't if you're actually being hypnotized, but like, could you pretend that you're being hypnotized and then lie? Obviously, yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's a stretch. I feel like if a hypnotherapist would know.
You think the hypnotherapist would know?
I would hope so. I would assume.
I have no idea.
I have no idea. That's a really good point. Should we go to a hypnotherapist, pretend to be hypnotized?
Yeah, I mean, I would just
you can record me
and be fine to be hypnotized.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would need to. I'm like, what would I like to? I'd be like, can you help me really enjoy eating salad or exercise? You know
there's people that like
help me do a thing or stop. I don't smoke, but like stop smoking.
The smoking thing is the thing that people often talk about. Like I got hypnotized to like quit smoking. I don't know. I'm sure there's like something we have that's similar to smoking.
I'll think about it. Scrolling. Doom scrolling.
Yeah.
I
Like
don't know.
if I scroll for more than 20 minutes, I have to take my pants off or something. I don't know.
I'm nauseous. I'm physically ill. I have to put my phone down.
Yeah. Nauseous is better than taking your pants off. Why I said that?
Girl, keep your pants on, please.
Keep your pants on, please. Okay. So because Wayne and Travis basically ditched the GSW for APRO, this causes a bit of conflict between APRO and GSW.
Sure. You know, they already hate each other anyway.
Oh, yeah. So there's been like major rifts between all of these.
Yeah. No
groups.
doubt.
Like it's just like a bunch of fucking nerds fighting.
Definitely.
Sorry.
And they probably bounce around from one to another.
Yeah. And like evidently before this, like the GSW had like worked with APRO and NICAP and MUFON and like trying to like create like a space of like, unified space. But
they
then
need a new acronym.
This happened 2 weeks after that like meeting of like them all trying to come together.
And then what?
It caused a huge rift because all of them had like different tactics.
They immediately were like,
yeah,
we're
like
gonna
just
battle each other.
Banshees on like
thirsty.
The fucking, thirsty girls.
Yeah.
So it causes this like fucking rift, and that causes the GSW to take more of a skeptical approach to this whole fucking story, backed by a guy named Philip Klass. Have you heard this man's name before?
I don't know.
Okay.
Tell me more.
So Philip Klass is a huge, massive UFO skeptic. In fact, he's like dedicated his entire life to debunking UFO stories.
Okay.
All things UFO. He's like,
there's a value in that. But immediately I say, this is an unwhimsical man.
Yeah, he's a wet fucking blanket.
I believe it.
To say
but
the least.
this is also valuable.
So
someone's got to do it.
Yeah. So the thing about Philip Klass is, in the way that like some people are like 100% believers in things, like gullible, I believe everything. Philip Klass is the polar opposite of that. Like everything's a fucking lie. He also does this thing where he attacks the person who's telling the story and not necessarily the argument, in a way that's really unfucking cool, for lack of a better word. Sure. He's like not a cool guy.
He sounds like a miser, kind of a...
Yes, he's a miser for sure. He's the type of guy who would harass people who claim to be UFO abductees themselves.
Bitch, mind your
on
business.
A personal level. Yeah. And even if they would like...
A hater.
He's a fucking hater. Like the ultimate hater. Like a paid hater. But he would also harass these people in person. And he would go as far as showing up to their homes and trying to get them to like... go back on their story, even if they fucking moved and didn't change their forwarding address. He would track them down. He'd like basically like a little bit stalker vibes. He would show up, knock on their door, be like, I need you to like go back on your story, and like harass them.
Did he work for anybody?
So there's a little bit of kind of some deep dives.
It's kind of giving Men in Black sort of energy.
He maybe potentially has some links to the NSA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of not really confirmed nor denied, but like he worked for people that work for the NSA, and it's kind of a bit of a tinfoil hat moment of like.
Well, it's the tinfoil hat is.
We're on
here.
It. Yeah, we're here. Yeah. But he's kind of a piece of shit. Like you go watch interviews of Philip Klass, and like specifically with Travis and Mike, they were the two biggest people who talk about this story after the whole thing happened. He would just attack them, be like, you're a piece of shit, you're a liar, like not really attacking like their story or their argument.
Why are you so mad about it?
Right? Like, are you just like jealous? It's weird. Mm-hmm. It's weird to like not believe in something so hard you like dedicate your life to proving it's not true.
Unless you get paid to do that.
Unless you get paid to do that. Mm-hmm. Like, why aren't you doing something else?
Like, go do anything else.
Anything else. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Philip would also occasion fake evidence and try to debunk people's UFO stories using the fake evidence he created.
Okay.
So he's like, he went too far.
Sure.
Because I think there's a good amount of skepticism we all should have with these stories, but it's like crazy.
We need boundaries.
Yeah.
Healthy professional boundaries.
Yeah. So when it came to Travis's story, Klass really went after all of these men on a personal level, like I said. And Klass claimed that Travis was an intravenous drug user, because he had used, God forbid, in the 70s, he used like speed and like done some like.
Sorry. What year did he call him this? Was he an intravenous drug user after the abduction? Because I'm like, he was a baby when they.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
yeah.
He could have. What?
We'll get into that a little bit more.
I was like, he was an intravenous logging drug user. At 22
because he had smoked pot and like used acid. So. That's where he's coming from. And so there's also this other story about Travis. He had gotten in trouble with the law when he was 16, when Travis and a friend had broken into a local molding, like a crown molding company, and stolen some payroll checks and forged them and cashed them.
Oh, that's not good.
Which is not good. Both of them pleaded guilty. And they had 2 years of probation. Eventually, the charges were taken off their record because they were 16. But Klass likes to bring this up as Travis is a liar because he did this thing.
For me, it's like, what is Travis willing to do to get money?
Truly, yeah.
So that is, I don't think something that is.
It raises an eyebrow.
It's
an eyebrow raise, right? But it's not like a. It's not like I'm going to debunk this entire story.
It's very different than...
It's a leap from forging payroll checks to pretending you were abducted by aliens in a wooded area.
Yes, it is, but I would say a forgery is a forgery, and is a hoax a forgery.
Yeah.
Are they similar? They're not all that like, it is... to me, it's relevant. That's all.
Okay. I like it. Yeah. So also on November 11th, the day after Travis came back, Pro and the National Enquirer take Travis in for a medical exam. And this is where the doctor notes a small wound that looks like a puncture mark on the crook of Travis's right elbow. And this is where class gets the intravenous thing, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's hardly
anything.
No.
It could be a fucking mosquito bite.
Also, but like one vein, like having one IV is very different than being a habitual intravenous drug. Those are two very different arms.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. Yeah.
Dumb.
So he noticed a puncture mark, and he does another urine analysis that is done on Travis, and it shows a lack of ketones, which if you are starving...
I was going to say it must have been he wasn't eating.
Yeah, so if you're starving, these would show up on your analysis. But Travis didn't have these in his urine. So that basically means that either Travis was eating and drinking in these 5 days, or that he was being
given
supplements or food
vitamins
or something
or whatever
in some sort of other way.
Oh.
And some people say that like the puncture mark
could have been,
but the puncture mark wasn't necessarily close to a vein. It was just kind of like random.
What?
It wasn't like where you like we get offices here veins. It like wasn't next to like a vein of any sort. So either Travis was being given like fluids and food some other way, or he was somewhere in eating and drinking and like hiding.
Okay.
For lack of a better word.
And that the puncture wound might not have anything to do with
because
the vein.
there are multiple accounts that say that Travis was skinnier when he was found 5 days later. That's not like a across the board like 100% thing. But it's like it's a little bit of like a subjective. Like it depends on who you talk to about this. But the lack of ketones for me equals that like Travis necessarily wasn't starved for the 5 days.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So the ketones are like a protein that would basically happen if your body was starving and it would eat its own fat to try to sustain itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So that wasn't found in his urine. So that means that he was
well nourished.
Yeah, he was well nourished for the last 5 days.
Okay.
Yeah. So another significant point to bring up from the medical exam is that there's no bruising on Travis, even though he was supposed to have been tossed 10 feet into the air. Because remember when we talked about the initial thing that happened. So with this now, like the lack of bruising and the lack of like marks on his body, Travis now says that he thinks that the UFO hadn't actually abducted him to do any sort of like testing or like probing or any of the standard stuff, but maybe they were like kind of just like hanging out in the forest. This fucking idiot walks up on their craft.
It's an accident.
Yes, and they like the blue light was basically their propulsion engines to like kind of get out of there. Travis gets knocked back, and they're like, "Oh shit,
we've got to fix this. Now.
We gotta fix this guy."
Oh my god, how sweet!
They're basically like, we like. I don't know, the equivalent of like hitting a deer or something.
Yeah.
And you're like,
if we can help it.
If we can help it, we should. And that's kind of like now what he thinks happened because, yeah, that's like what everyone's like. You kind of seem like you were maybe like unconscious and like really fucked up after like the guys who like witnessed him like being like thrown. They're like, you were fucked up and like we didn't know what to do.
Like, we saw it happen. It was
like you. Okay. They said that like he like bounced.
You should not have lived.
Yeah, and they're like. Maybe, interesting. Maybe they're like helping you.
Yeah. Okay.
And so maybe that's where like there's a lack of bruising. And then so after the medical exam, ARPO then sets up a polygraph test for Travis. This first test was done by a John McCarthy, who worked at the Arizona Polygraph Laboratory. But here's the thing about John McCarthy. He's also a huge skeptic about UFOs in general. In abductees. So because he's a huge skeptic about UFOs, abduction stories, any of that stuff, he's very confrontational about this whole story the same way that like Philip Klass would be. So when McCarthy gave Travis his polygraph test, he was very aggressive towards him about the story and was basically pushing the narrative that Travis was lying.
That's weird.
Right. He also brought up the forged check charges that Travis had dealt with earlier in his life and was just overall pushing Travis to say that he was lying. This causes Travis to be agitated and emotional during the test, and he doesn't pass it. So this is a thing that like a lot of like I watched like a lot of videos about this, and everyone's like, well, he didn't pass his initial polygraph test, but they don't talk about this specific part of it, like this Jonathan or this McCarthy guy, John McCarthy, who was just basically pushing a narrative like you're a liar, which if you polygraph tests are here or there, I think, but if you were a person who's giving a polygraph exam, the most you can be is fucking neutral.
Agreed.
Towards the
It is
person,
important.
right? Like you have to be unbiased.
And you're supposed to ask a variety of questions that you're gauging the other person's reaction, and you're not like
you're not putting your own.
This seems like the absolute wrong way to do this.
Yeah, you're not putting your own narrative into it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so because like the APRO and National Enquirer paid for this, and then they see all this happening, and they see that Travis fails his polygraph test because he's very like confronted with this whole situation, they decide to not post these test results specifically. And a lot of people who are skeptical about this will talk about this specific test. They're like, well, he failed his initial polygraph exam. But in the same like vein of that, they'll talk about how the other guys who did pass their polygraph exam, they're like, well, that just, you can't trust it. It doesn't matter. So it's like I know. You got to pick one, right? Like you trust all of them, you trust none of them, is how I feel. And like, it sounds like how you feel too. So Travis does take a second polygraph test with a different technician, like just right after, and he passes it. Travis and the 6 other men have taken numerous polygraph tests throughout the 50 years since this incident has happened, and they've passed all of them. The only one that didn't pass initially was Alan Dallas. I think I did talk about that. Yeah. Did. So it's just like, I try to, it's like polygraph tests, you kind of have to take out the grain of salt, right? Like, do I believe you? Do I not? I don't know.
Did the guy go missing for 5 days?
Like, no one, that's the thing is like,
was he with clothing when he?
Yeah, he's wearing the same clothes.
Same clothes.
Same clothes. Yeah. Wow. Like 5 years, or not 5 years, 5 days worth of beard. Like, this is either a crazy ass hoax.
It's either a hoax or it's not.
Yeah, exactly. And that's my next bullet. This is the end. So it's either it's a hoax or it's true. That's what I put like the last like bullet. It's like hoax versus true.
Yeah.
So a lot of people still believe that this story is true, but there are a lot of skeptics out there as well. The big question as to why people believe that 7 men would all agree to lie about the story. Most skeptics claim that Mike Rogers was under pressure of his forestry contract and wasn't able to get the work done in the timeline he committed to.
Oh, it was an excuse?
Huh?
So it was supposed to be an excuse? Oh, interesting.
2 weeks before this abduction happened, the UFO incident aired in television, which is the Betty and Barney Hill story.
Yeah. Okay.
So the theory is that Mike and Travis, because they are friends, came up with this abduction story to get out of the forestry contract because this contract had an act of God clause.
Wow.
Which basically states that if something happens outside the worker's control, it's not their fault and they are not in void of contract.
What happens? I have to ask a zillion question about what happens if they're void of contract. I've never heard this as like a possible reason that could be a hoax. And I'm like, interesting.
So if Mike Rogers loses the contract and like he doesn't like fulfill the contract, he gets fined, and he also can no longer bid on other government contracts for this area.
Fucked.
Yeah, it would be properly fucked in a lot of ways. So it is a red flag, I would say.
I've never heard this.
Oh, really?
Part of the like
lore?
Reason. Yeah.
Really?
That is not a bad, because it's absolutely insane.
It is insane.
It is a ballsy, weird decision to make.
Yeah. But like how? How?
Then it would just have to be a full lie, right? A proper hoax.
So
It might be.
so either Mike and Travis pulled off a realistic looking enough abduction to make the rest of the guys believe that Travis was abducted. Because remember, there's 6 fucking witnesses to this, including Travis.
Again, the polygraphs. Fuck. It's so confusing.
Or all the men were in on it themselves. So it's either
if they're in on it, they're all in on it together.
Yeah. So it's either Mike and Travis, and they're pulling this off.
I just don't think that many people wouldn't be like, yeah, it wasn't true.
I agree.
After this many years.
Yeah.
Well, at least one of them would be like, no.
Yeah. So a few issues with this that I see.
Yeah.
Is these guys were not close. Mike and Travis were friends. They're like pretty good friends, or like some people would describe them as best friends. Travis is literally dating Mike's sister and is still married to Mike's sister.
Oh.
But like the rest of the guys, they were not friends. They were coworkers.
Okay.
So how do you convince all of these guys to lie about this and basically be under suspicion of murder that they were?
That's true.
Which you really didn't talk about in this episode. Like Snowflake, Arizona, between like the days that Travis was missing,
was scary for them.
Yeah, they were getting like yelled at and like kind of confronted because this is like a town of like 3,000 people.
Yeah.
They're like, what the fuck did you do with Travis?
Yeah.
And like maybe they didn't know that.
So they either believed it or they were in it.
So they either believed it or they confessed.
Or it was real. Yeah. Okay, interesting.
So a few of the men have passed away now from the story, but none of them have ever changed their story.
That's what I mean. It's like if it wasn't real and you didn't see what you saw. Yeah. I feel like someone would have said something.
So even Philip Klass, he offered Steve Pierce $10,000 in the 80s to go back on his story because he was the youngest. He's like 16 during this time. He doesn't go back.
He's like, I fucking saw it.
He's like, I thought about it because it was a lot of fucking money for me at that age and that time. But he's like, I knew I couldn't do it. He doesn't do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know.
Which is interesting. And there's also, so there's something like, I didn't really highlight in this, but at the site where Travis was abducted, they talk about, there's this other guy, I think he's like a physicist or something. There's a ring of trees around the area where the tree rings themselves, they have an exponential growth compared to other trees in the area. They're like growing faster and taller than all the other trees in a circle around where this happened.
What?
Yeah. And so most of the trees have been cut down because of a forest fire that happened. But there has been a study that happened in Chernobyl where it shows like an exponential type of growth.
Certain type of radiation?
With radiation and tree growth.
Wow.
And it is the same type of growth that's happening in this circle of trees in the area that Travis says, and all the guys said he was abducted.
Oh my God, jaw on the floor.
I know. But like, I don't know enough about trees.
Wow.
Because I've also seen people say that like it was like some sort of like rot, like bark rot, or like
and they just sort of expand.
Like a virus in the trees. Like,
well, it could have been a virus.
Yeah, but like trees, like with the disease in trees specifically, they kind of pass through the root systems.
Oh. And
so like something could have happened there, but like,
where did it also happen?
Did it originate because of the abduction?
Yeah, totally.
You know, right?
Yeah.
So there's been like a lot of like, you know, people talking about that site specifically.
Fascinating.
I know, it's really interesting. And you can see the rings, they kind of all pull towards this one area more. It's like an oval.
Oh, interesting.
From like from when like the 70s happened. Something happened.
Something.
Yeah. And like, did they get lucky? Did they
physics related?
Right? Some science shit.
Yeah, some science. Interesting.
A lot of skeptics also point to the fact that the first polygraph test that Travis took and the fact that the National Enquirer at ARPRO didn't release this as like a mission of lying. But I did talk about this. And like, I think because of John McCarthy's bias in the test itself, it kind of makes sense for them to not release it. But I also do understand like, but where people like, this is the one test that like it came out to be a lie. And you can fail a polygraph test, but I think we talked about that initially. So like, this is the one test he failed. And it's the one test they didn't release. But like in the same fucking vein, do you ignore or dismiss all the other polygraph tests that are taken by
or whatever?
well, like they've all taken
Yeah.
multiple since then.
No,
like they continue to do
because
it.
we've already established that they're unreliable.
Yeah.
Like you really can't put weight on it one
Any
way or
of
the
them.
other, but 5 to 1
Mm-hmm.
or 5 to 6 if he had passed
Yeah.
another one. It's like, at least if we're only looking at that number, it's like overwhelmingly the same story is being told.
Right, absolutely, yeah. So NICAP publishes an article written by Philip Klass saying the logging contract and movie and book contract, along with the money from the National Choir, are all the reasons why the men are lying about this story.
But are they all making a bunch of money or?
No.
Yeah.
Like Travis and Dwayne got the initial cash.
5,000.
And like most of these guys fucking moved out of Snowflake because like they didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like Mike and Travis are the two people that really talk about the story. The rest of them were like, I don't want anything to do with this.
Interesting.
So I mean, it seems crazy. Like Philip Klass seems like the wettest of blankets. I'm not gonna lie. I am not interested. He's dead, so fuck that man. Like he seems like the end of the spectrum when it comes to skepticism, where he's like making up lies and stories and like attacking people to like basically be like, this is my narrative, you're lying, right? Which is unfortunate because I feel like you need to be a middle ground to really find the truth.
Okay.
Yeah. With all the skepticism that's come out, no one has ever been able to prove that if the guys didn't know that this was a fucking lie, how they did that. How they created like a UFO with a light, all the things.
Oh, right, yeah.
In the 70s. Yeah. No one's been able to like prove this is how they did it. Or this is how they have faked it for so long. I mean, I guess you could just fucking lie about it. I don't know. There's some people that said that there's a fire tower kind of close to the site. I think that's like 10 miles away. And say like
You can't see from 10 miles away though.
I don't think so. And like say like that's what they used to like recreate this, but it would maybe.
But only what they went to the great lengths of creating a thing so that they could show it to themselves 10 miles away. Because it's not like other people saw this. It was only them.
I know.
So it's either a lie or it's not.
Yeah, they're all fucking lying.
They didn't have to build the spaceship to prove to themselves. Oh, you mean Travis and so
Mike?
2 people? No.
Yeah, it seems elaborate.
And how did he get thrown by a beam of light? How did they do that?
Great question.
No.
Like acrobatics?
Okay.
Travis was really into karate.
Okay.
Maybe.
To the point where someone would cry?
I don't know. I'm just trying to give you all the fucked angles. Like I said, I'm trying to be very neutral. Okay, let's wrap it up. Okay. Okay. The Travis Walton case remains one of the most debated incidents in modern UFO history. Investigators, journalists, and skeptics have examined it for 50 years, weighing medical exams, hypnosis sessions, polygraph disputes, tabloid involvement, and skeptical counter theories against the original testimony. Yet no alternative narrative has ever overtaken the one of Travis and the logging crew that they first reported in 1975. Travis and Mike continue to talk publicly about what happened that night. Travis has also written multiple books about this experience, including The Fire in the Sky, which was made into a movie in 1993 that we talked about.
Yeah, 93 down.
Yeah, evidently they're going to redo it.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, they should.
Yeah, so through decades of attention and public scrutiny, none of the men have recanted or substantially changed their account of what they saw in what happened to Travis that night in the Arizona woods. And so, the mystery remains. Suspended between doubt and conviction, and with no definitive answer either way. Only a continued look up at the sky and a question, is something looking back at us? Oh, shit. And that is,
I love it.
fucking Fire in the Sky. And this is Travis, like, modern day.
You know what? He still looks like
he looks fucking great.
He looks the same.
I
but
know.
older. The same style. The same stash.
I know. Same stash. Lady
he
Claire
looks like
all.
a logger, and he's out in the That's in the
Fucking
woods.
Lady Clairol is keeping those roots red.
I know. He does have... Adorable.
Good for him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a good one.
That was a good one. I feel like I always have to give you a UFO story every once in a while.
Did this help? I mean, like, you know, I know you want to do an Arizona road trip. This makes me think about Sedona. I know that, like,
I would love to go find this fucking area.
I was actively hiking in Sedona with Dave, and we were having conversations about this.
Oh, really?
Yes, case, because he loves the movie. So he was like, it wasn't far from here when it all happened.
It's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so.
But he'd never seen Arizona like that, so it was like his first time out there, and he was like,
Yeah, I've never seen
not
it.
far.
I don't think I've been to the Grand Canyon in Page,
It
Arizona.
gets better.
Yeah, I've been to like that corner of Arizona. I haven't been like this part of Arizona.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I would love to go to this. Evidently, Travis does occasionally show people where the site is, but he doesn't give like a specific coordinate or anything because he doesn't want people going there and like fucking it up.
Got it.
Yeah, he's like very protective of it, which is kind of fair.
Understandable.
Yeah, because people are shitheads.
Totally.
Hence the grocery cart liquor story I told at the
like
beginning.
Lord knows what the internet would do at this point.
Oh,
It would just
yeah,
be like
yeah.
yeah.
It could be like maybe it can't. Like in the best case scenario, it's like a weird bougie campsite.
Sure.
You know, worst case scenario, it's just like filled with like litter.
Yes, just people traipsing through it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's it's our fucking UFO story.
Well, we
for fucking
love it.
century.
We're all looking to the skies, hoping that someone's out there.
I know, like help us down here.
Yes.
Truly.
And they're like, ew, no.
No, help us.
I'm like, please help us.
Please, Sky Daddy.
They're like, ew, no, you're gross.
Please, Sky Daddy. Help a sister, help herself. As I like to say. But thank you for listening. We are back. We are gonna keep doing this thing
as they expect us to.
Yeah, as the masses
As
expect.
intended.
As intended. We appreciate you. Make sure you rate, review, subscribe, do all the things. I am
fucking do
so
it.
over that fucking story. I'm so glad I'm done with it.
I love it.
And until next time.
Stay grimly curious.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, bitch. Thank you so much for listening. Music by Alex Kingston and Adam McKinnon.
For podcast photos and updates, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Grimly Podcast.
Be sure to rate and review, and we will see you next week for another episode. Bye, bitch.